From saving for a family vacation to financial advice for starting a business. It is Monday, a segment here where at 4 o'clock we talk about easy to understand ways to navigate our finances. We do it with the financial expert, Paul Hood, our good friend with Hood CPAs. Great to see you, my friend.
Good to see you, Brian.
We have 3 great viewer questions this week. We'll start with Kate. Kate says, with inflation up this year, it's been difficult for my family to save money. We always take a summer trip, but right now we aren't sure how much we can afford. What is your advice, Paul, for saving for a family vacation?
Well, you know, Brian, budgeting is making it's prioritizing where your money goes. And, you know, there's a commercial running on TV right now that says you'll never, you know, regret that you didn't buy a smaller TV or a thinner TV or whatever. It's the trip. So I think it's an important thing, is creating memories. So, you know, you just have to budget and figure out where the money's going to come from. Where can you make costs? Where can you make cuts to provide that money? And, you know, if you've got to put something on credit cards, you got to make sure you have a plan to pay that off in the next 9 months or so. So make sure it fits in the budget, because a budget is you telling your money where to go instead of just, you know, drifting. So I think it's important. Even if, now, doesn't mean you fly off to Hawaii or whatever. It could be a staycation. It could be something to reward, you know, your time of hard work and to create those memories. So budget, budget, budget.
Yeah, and you create memories, a broken bow just as well as you could in Maui.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Right.
And with Airbnbs and all of those, man, there's all kinds of options.
Yeah. I like Branson.
Yeah,
I really, and it's
nice.
Nearby, and it's not too expensive.
Yeah.
Mike has our next question. He says that he's starting a business. He's expecting to make about $50,000. He wants to know, should he set up an LLC or an S Corp, or should I wait and see what the net income comes out to?
So it's a good question, and it's a very common question. The reality is, an LLC and an S Corp can be the same thing. See, the IRS doesn't recognize an LLC. We have to tell the IRS how this is going to be taxed. So it's a state-level legal entity. So yes, set up an LLC. LLC can be taxed as a sole proprietorship, it can be taxed as a partnership, it can be taxed as a C Corp or an S Corp. And the reason people tend to go to S Corps once they start making a certain amount of profit is, under current law, profits from an S Corp are not subject to Social Security taxes. Now, the IRS watches and makes sure you pay yourself a reasonable salary, Brian. So the theory is if a reasonable salary is $50,000, then there's no reason, and you make $50,000, then there's no reason to be an S Corp, just be a sole proprietorship. If a reasonable salary is $50 and you're going to make $100, then LLC elect to be an S Corp works out really good, because then you only pay Social Security taxes on half of it. So start off as an LLC, sole proprietorship. As business grows, then maybe make the election to be a Corp.
All right, last question goes to Taryn. She says, I have an employee who is getting married soon, want to help pay for part of the honeymoon. That's nice. Plan to give her a gift card between $500 and $1,000. Is there a point where the gift amount becomes taxable?
Well, this is probably not going to like this answer, Brian. Any money that is paid to an employee by an employer is taxable to the employee, unless it's a non-taxable fringe benefit, part of an accountable plan, a reimbursement. So I don't care if it's $100 or it's $1,000. It needs to be included in their income. Now, if her employer wants to do that and it not be taxable, then her employer can do it personally. Then it's just a gift. But if she runs it through the company, it's taxable. It has to be included in wages.
Okay, great stuff today. As always, good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you.
All right, and if you have a financial question you'd like for us to talk about next Monday, you can send your question right now to moneymonday@griffin.news. We're back right after this.